Hi. Boy, did this Wednesday roll around fast. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about hospitals and earthbound spirits in hospitals. And I want to get something straight from the very beginning. Yes, there are definitely good spirits in hospitals too. Of course there are. I mean, they're helping doctors, they're with their loved ones that are in there as patients, they're helping nurses. You know, a nurse or a doctor will go, I just had a gut feeling, or I just had something came to me. Maybe that was your guardian angel, or a guardian angel helping one of these doctors or nurses. And again, they're worried about their loved ones in hospitals too. I am talking about the spirits that are earthbound spirits, the ones that don't eat or sleep, the ones that drain energy from you, the ones that can cause your IV to ring all the time, the ones that can cause actually I was in a room where 2 o'clock in the morning, the woman that was in the bed next to me, her hospital bed just went off, and the feet were going up, the head was going up, she was like being squashed inside this bed, and a ghost was doing it. I mean, the nurses ran in at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out, what did this lady do? She didn't do anything. The ghost standing next to her thought this was just crazy funny. So absolutely there are good ones, but there are the ones that cause the problems. I got a bunch of letters, and I guess regional, state-wise, I'm not quite sure, but people are calling it a Deathwatch. The only thing that, when any of our people, our friends or our relatives were at the end of their life, the husbands, the wives, the kids, friends come around and gather around. But apparently different areas of the United States call it different things. And the big thing was Deathwatch, which personally I think is a little gruesome, but I guess just sitting there waiting for somebody to die. But it's interesting, all of a sudden mom starts smiling, or mom raises her arms, or mom looks off in the corner and says, oh, there you are, mama. You know what? Again, the good spirits come and help those people. But the bad ones, the earthbound ones, and I shouldn't say bad, that's not a good description. Spirits that made the choice not to go in the light. That doesn't mean they're bad people. That was just their choice. And I have yet to be in any hospital ever that has not had earthbound spirits someplace. And it doesn't make any difference how old the hospital is, how new the hospital is. I have to admit, though, that as far as emergency rooms go, and that's a really big hub for earthbound spirits to hang out in, city hospitals are usually the worst when it comes to emergency rooms. There's a lot of people that end up in city hospitals that would never end up in a main campus of, a big hospital. So city hospitals, emergency rooms seem to be very, very active. But again, you're bringing patients in off of ambulances, or the fire department is bringing people in. A lot of these people are gunshot wounds, or they did something violently to have to end up going into emergency room. Just look at the negative energy or the earthbound spirits that are around these people. Of course they're going to come to the emergency room with them. And then you've got their relatives coming in, and maybe some of their gang coming in. There's probably earthbound spirits with all of these people. And in an emergency room, you're so stressed out. Is your person going to live? Are they going to be okay? Are they going to have a heart attack? What am I going to do? Are they going to have surgery? Look at the amount of energy that is there. That's why there are so many earthbound spirits there. Surgical floors, which I touched on a couple of weeks ago. again, it's the stress, the not knowing, am I doing the right thing? This is energy that earthbound spirits are definitely sucking up on. Even in the recovery rooms, I have seen earthbound spirits. I hate to say it, but in labor rooms, delivery rooms, there are definitely earthbound spirits. As a matter of fact, that tends to be an area where there are younger women earthbound spirits. And the ones that I have seen or have come home with people that bring their brand new babies home with them usually have lost a child in one of these hospitals, or they died during childbirth, and so they're hanging out there. Burn units, oh come on, those people in a burn unit are in so much pain just because of the procedures they have to go through. I mean, the families can hardly stand to watch, to even visit, because they know how much pain their relative or friend is in. Again, high energy. And because of them being in these hospitals, nothing, I mean, they can disrupt the electric, they can disrupt the IVs, they can disrupt where the prescriptions, the meds they're giving him aren't working as well as they could. And in a lot of our big hospitals, we have doctors' offices, we have offices that do MRIs, we have offices that do ultrasounds. Yes, they are absolutely in there too. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, if you have to have any kind of an MRI or a CT scan or a PET scan, please, please, please keep a seat on you, because that test is not going to be accurate if there is an earthbound spirit in the room. Even a chest x-ray isn't going to show up right. There was a little girl that definitely had a fractured arm, and the x-ray kept showing that it was fine, and it turned out that it wasn't. So it can produce or not produce the images that a doctor needs to help somebody get better or fix. Even if you go into a hospital or a medical facility to have blood work done, there's going to be earthbound spirits there. I have done the life flight helicopters for most of the hospitals in Cuyahoga County, and you would think, why in the world would there be a ghost on a life flight helicopter? Again, energy, the person in the helicopter, the nurses, the medical staff working on that person, if they're being flighted to a hospital, they're seriously ill. There's something wrong with them. Again, you're going to have an earthbound spirit there. So please, please, please remember to carry your seat on you, or put some sea salt on yourself, or walk through a sea salt mist. Do something to try to put a barrier around you. Smudge yourself before you have to go in if you know it's a test that you are, that you're registered for, that they're expecting you to show up there. I don't know if you really want to smell like a smudge stick or the smoke, but it's better than going in and not having anything. Next week, we are definitely going to talk about dentists' facilities, anything with the mouth. They are my best patients. The amount of ghosts in dentist offices is astronomical. And so we are going to talk about that. And again, I have to remind people, I do not do anything with a computer. I don't look at a computer. I'm sitting here almost on my hand so I don't accidentally touch the keys on this computer, because it'll die. So, Ted, my husband, will actually tell me if something looks like it's important on it, or he'll print it out, or my webmaster will do that. But you can't ask me questions on a computer. I don't see them. I can't call you back because of information off of a computer, or you left a phone number. I don't get it. So again, you must write or call and leave a message. That I will call you back. So again, have a good week, and we will talk to you next week, Wednesday.